Yeah, peeps, bless up on yourself. You don't know, it's a boy Jerry Kruger once more. You don't know the Miserables. Boss! I'm set. Big up Team Jerry, all of the Team Jerry fans, big up on yourself. Big up all the Team Pash fans. You don't know the thing go. And today is a very kind of special day for me and all the fathers out there. Just want to say Happy Father's Day to all of you good fathers, the great fathers out there, including myself. You understand? Who is not financially stable, who is financially stable, big up on yourself every time. See? But right now, it's all about story time. See? A piece of my life to you. See? So here, how we're going to kick it off now. Jerry Kruger biography. A lot of people just know about Jerry Kruger and the selecting of the music and nothing beyond that. You understand? Or behind that. So here we are going. Jerry Kruger. Well, first let me say my name is Jeremiah Hibbert. My last name is Hibbert, very popular last name, you know. Born and raised in the parish of Manchester, Mandeville. Good. Grew up in a small community called Rentland District, Cedar Grove, you understand? Green Street, Knockpatrick, wherever you want to call it. Right in another zone, the Albion, Hillside. We grew up on them place there, run up and down. Seeing. I have a brother and a sister by my mom's side. Yeah, I heard I have more, but I can't speak for that. Daddy would have to tell me what I go on. See? But I have two other siblings. I have two kids, right? I attended the Fairfield Primary School, the Albion Primary School, and from there to Belfield High and Porus High. Then I left from Porus and went straight to NYS. That's a National Youth Service, where I did 6 months at the Mandeville Regional Hospital, right? In the field of the lab tech, right? So I did 6 months there, the lab tech, did blood works, did blood results, urine tests, all of them something there. Customer service, the customer service part of it, we had to deal with a lot of people too, and all of that. So yeah, and ever since that time, you know, well, before that, I've always loved music because my father, I born and grew up, come see sound system in me. My father owned a sound system called Israelite. Well, the original name was Israelite Promotion, as many people would know. You know, all Plowden people, Newport, St. Elizabeth, Trelawney, Westmoreland, people like, you know, from those parishes would tell him, you know, most of the elders. Israelite. So I really came up on a sound system environment, you know. Always seeing many artists come at the house, Garnet Silk, Tony Rebel, you know, Luciana, Youth and Green, Everton Blender, you name it, Terry Linen, all of them came at our house because, you know, at that time, Israelite, my father, they were dealing with like some top things, a stage show, dance parties and all of them something. So yeah, I came up on that. So from there, I had grew to love music and sound system. Did a little instrument playing, you know, the piano. I can play the piano, I can play the drums. The only thing I can't play yet is the guitar, but I can use the horns and the saxophones. So from that time, I had fell in love with sound system, right? Now, I'm coming up, as I grew, as I get older, I start being at places where he's at, my father, you know. I take up record out of box, clean off, game, put record back in a jacket when him done play. I used to go to the record shops by myself, you know. And ever since that time, I just fell in love with sound system music. I always wanted one for myself. So after leaving high school, went to NYS, left NYS. There was nothing else to do because in real life, as a graduate, whether high school or tertiary graduate, you know, it's kind of hard when you're out and need jobs. It's kind of hard to get jobs in your field. So I didn't know what to do, couldn't get any jobs. So I had started to develop a solo career, right? So when I left hospital, I came up with the idea of naming myself Jerry Kruger. Now the Jerry has already been a pet name for me. Now the Kruger, I got that name at high school from my virgin Carter Wang boss. Big up yourself if you watch this with general. One class we did in and I used say Jerry Kruger. Right? I had the more heavier voice, the rougher voice out of all of my friends. So when them attack, they sound like one set of mosquito. And then as me start talking, everybody start laugh. I say, yo, what a man voice big. You know, never get uncomfortable, just always laugh about it. I feel proud of it, you know. Yeah, big voice, you know, big man. So I named myself Jerry Kruger 2010. Right? Entered the Heineken Green Synergy. We entered a lot of competition. We put in a lot of works, you know, and you know, I started to become popular, you know, start play a drink out, start play some little birthday party, some little baby stuff and some, you know, minor, and from there it took me to another level, you know. Then about 2013 I was awarded the Selector of the Year from 2012 to 2013, right? So dig, 2010, after leaving the hospital, I went straight into being a solo selector, right, as Jerry Kruger. And 2 years later, I was granted the award for being Selector of the Year 2012-2013. So it has been great. I guess that has motivated me a lot, pushed me even more, get me more links, more doors were opened, and I just made use of them until about 2017, 18, I think. I was being called to be on the Smile Jamaica TV Weekend Smile. That was another milestone for me. That was another step, big step for me, you know. I was being published in the Star and the Glean and everything, so I was basically getting a great highlight. Was turned down a couple of times for some overseas events, you know, and yeah, it's a part of it. But nevertheless, I have to give thanks, you know. And from getting the awards, I came upon another one that I got for 4 years, being consistent for 4 years straight, and a particular event called I'm Happy. I was granted a Selector of the Year again. It was a plaque this time. I have all of them, and you know, as a great selector, you know, when you put in the work and people see the work you're putting in, it takes you places. So I have been from in Manchester now, right, like in the central part of Manchester to the outside of the central part of Manchester, you know, and start cover the whole of Manchester to St. Elizabeth. So I started playing at St. Elizabeth. Was the first parish since I became a solo selector that I had left my parish Manchester to be in. And ever since I came to St. Elizabeth to play, like every time I come St. to come play, it's like another booking. You know, 10 more bookings, 15 more bookings. So because of that, I became very popular in St. Elizabeth even now. So and being on that level, I was also granted the second favorite selector in 2019, the second favorite selector for St. Elizabeth. Yeah, the GEM Awards, right? So big up Jardian, good youth, big up the GEM Awards family. I was granted the second place for favorite selector in St. Elizabeth. Big up Skibo, DJ Skibo, he got the first place. So basically, it's Skibo and me. I'm not from St. Elizabeth, you know. So that's what make it so you know, intriguing and so interested and so, you know, proud, you know. So from there, it has just been some great moves, great everything, you know. Just keep on doing the work. I'm a people person, you know. I might not be perfect enough for some people, but I'm jovial, fun, serious at the time, miserable, all you can think of. But I'm good. I'm good like that. Once, you know, you show respect. Once you're real, because we don't deal with fake, then we can get along. That's me. You understand? Just be real, and everything will be alright. So you know, as a youth coming up to also, we had a lot of interested times, like, you know, my brother used to cut out plastic bottle and get them painting there and build drum set and all of them something there. You know, everything built up, you know, due to the person I am now, all of that combines and made Jerry Kruger, you know. Because I'm a very I love music. I love music, you know. And credits to my father, he had exposed me from the day I was born. My father he has a lot to do with my career. He's responsible for all my success in music, no doubt about that. Mr. Raymond Hibbert, Big Agent, salute bossy, every time, Israelite for life. See? And as life goes on, as long as I have life in my body, my boss, I will carry on the legacy. Definitely. See? So big up Big Agent, real foundation, real teacher. So yeah, I would say I might not be one of the most famous selectors, but trust me, I'm a household selector. Because the only parish I haven't played in Jamaica is Portland. So for all the other parishes, I've been there, been to more than one places in those parishes. You understand? So until me still have work on for reach at Portland, I soon get a call, Portland people, soon get a call. But I've been to St. Thomas, I've been to St. Anne, I've been to Westmoreland, Mobile, Trelawny, Clary. Yo, I said the only parish Jerry never go yet is Portland. So until that day come, then you know we are the 14th parish for Jamaica, 14th parish selector for Jamaica. See? So enough respect to all of the fans that will help put me here, right? You know, sometimes I wonder how I do it, but you know, with the grace of God, because you know, God is the man. God runs things all the time, you know, and with the inspiration from God and my father, you know, I was able to do well. I was able to excel. You know what I mean? I'm not hype. I'm not the type of hype selector where if it means that you're gonna wanna have a conversation with me and can't. No, you can talk to me anytime. You can run joke, everything. That's how we stay with you. You have to be a people person as a selector. So moving on. Yes. We have accomplished a lot of things as a selector, you know what I mean? And everywhere that Jerry Kruger go, I ensure that I leave an impact. Because as a selector, your #1 priority is to leave an impact anywhere at all you play. Because that's how you're gonna get to a next level. Now if you even turn up around a sound and play and dance, you know, it's like the people don't feel the energy. So you have to move with the music and make the people say your work. You understand? And they know say, yo, the selector, yeah. You know? Yeah man, the selector, you're full of energy. Full of, yeah, boom. Call him, book him. And we're gone. So I just saw the thing go. Yeah, next on the agenda, story time. I got beaten once from my mom at the age of about 4-year-old or 5-year-old. Maybe younger, about 4-year-old. I woke up one morning. My father played I want to dance around at a place called Top Albion. Johnny B. Land. A brother named Johnny B. have a land around there, and Israel is string up around there. Then the morning after the dance, I woke up and went around here. At the age of 4, I woke up, I left my house to walk. I crossed main road as a young youth, I tell about 4-year-old, 5-year-old. Seeing? And without any parental guidance or no form of guidance, I went around here, crossed the road, good. You know, went to Johnny B house, stand up on my father's sound. You know, lift up the chopper and look at the box, them everything, so till Johnny B see me. I make a call to my mother. Call mommy over here. At them time they are landline around things more than cell phone. So when they call mommy, went to the station, came around here with police, you know, reached back at the house. As I come out of the car, she grabbed me and a couple more people in the lane grabbed me for beat me, and the police have to ease them off, you know. police have to put them in them place and say, well, you can't beat the man for one day around him father things. And father things that. You understand? And if you wake up a man and see him and hear say damn day, you can't beat him for that. And not bad him bad. Him just love music. And my father was the one who told him not to hit me for that either. I think this had happened 2 times, you know. I woke up one morning again, went downstairs, because my father did set up the downstairs part of the house like a little studio, like, you know. Sometimes you go down there and do live recordings, put on cassette and something. And I woke up one day and went down there. I was there playing this record called Have Some Mercy, which was done by Delroy Wilson, but it was the original. It was him and Bounty Killer at the time. The song was published in '93. I can remember that song. The song I can't forget. Seeing, and I was down there playing over and over again. I lift up the needle, put it back so till, you know, me hear some roaring outside. But Jerry, they can't find Jerry, and everybody gone out the road, gone on hills and mountain and valley and everything. My father wasn't there at the time. And as I said, cell phone wasn't so abundant in that time. It was more like letter and landline. So he was on the road. So my mom had to send someone out there to try and reach to him to tell him that they can't find me. So when the person came back now, he said that I saw his father and I told him what was happening and he laughed. So he was like, why you laughing bigger? And I said, why Jerry? You know, everybody know Jerry there. If I know the sound of Jerry there, you know, they know else, you know. And I kick down the door downstairs because when I went in, I locked the door. Right? Yeah. And Miss Peggy, big up Miss Peggy, seeing Sister P, R.I.P., Miss Pam, Auntie Dana, all of the people that were growing in the community there. You know, everybody come and, you know, knock down the window and so till mommy come with her soft voice now and Jerry, come baby, come baby. And you know, by the time I felt me door, then boom, kick the door, man, grab me now and tell them I get licked from everybody, you know. Everybody beat Jerry that day there, you know. See? Yeah man, cause they couldn't find me. And I downstairs but then I peep up myself, everything. You see me? So that was the love I had for music, you know. Yeah man, real story, something where we can always remember, you know. Me and my brother, we do some crazy things, man. I won't ever talk about music alone. Me and my brother, big up Rasai. We did some crazy stuff, man. We hide and thief our parents' car, drive, we go bust the tire, come back. You know, show one nail in the night and make it look like the nail run up in there and anything there, you know. It cost me all the same man into $6,000 for a brand new tire, so. You know, a whole heap of thing we go on with, man. We used to roll, we climb up on house top, jump off in a jump, all them something there. Yeah, a whole heap of beating, man. Whole heap of beating grow Jerry Kruger as a younger youth, you know. Cause just so you know, you know, when we young, we just wild and never know what to do, we never conscious or nothing, so we just do things. If you're gonna ask how I got this cut right here, this cut across my nose right here, it all happened one day I was climbing up the stairs and missed a step, you know, missed a step and I went straight down at the edge of the step that I was about to step on. Like I was about to step, miss, boom, one chop, you know, and couple stitches, yeah, a couple injection and everything, and about 2 days after that, after coming back from the hospital and getting stitches and everything, we used to have this thing them call the cart, hand cart. We're not talking about the one them where them using at the market. No, this is the one where we build. You know, with the long stick, with the cross board at the end with the 2 wheels. Whether the wheel or make out of plastic or board or orange or grapefruit. That's how we used to do it. See? And use rope now, type on the crossbar down there, and we have a little board at the handle for the steering. So we tie both sides. So every time we go so, it turn to the left, and every time we go so, it go to the right. So one day I was trying to reach a cart. I was trying to reach one of the carts that my cousin had. He hidden it up behind a tree, or a banana tree or some peppermint tree, I think. and I was trying to reach it. 2 days after I get the chop, I say, you know, and I go so boom and I try to reach to the hand cart, you know, I try to reach to the hand cart. So when I go so boom now, I reach the hand cart, see, and a sled and some broke buckle in there, right? And how I slide is like climb up on the heap and I draw it down, I pull it with force and you got Lego with me, right? And drop right on one broke buckle, you know, and slice him on behind here, so right there, so and that was like 2 days. 2 days after I got the cut right here that had happened. So I had a pretty crazy coming up in my life. Some interesting, some adventurous one too, you know. Me and my brother in my community, me and my brother are the first 2 kids to get bicycle in my community as a youth, as babies. And me and my brother are the first 2 youth in a community to own a bicycle or to get a bicycle. So you know what that means. The whole community have to ride that. See? So all of my younger companion them and everybody are some big man to see where you ride. And they mash up a bicycle, but everything did good. It was just a joy and everything, you know. My childhood was real good. I enjoyed my childhood days. So Nadine Elliott, big up yourself every time, real supporter. Just keep on doing what you're doing, okay? Anytime we start get paid, you don't know if you buy some out of drink, you know. Yeah. Alright. Hey Blaze. Oh, I Blaze. You know say it good then, man. You know right good then. This look like A. 2 A's, 1 E. A. Well, I Blaze. Nadine say I Blaze. Alright. I Blaze comedy. Fear Blaze?
I Blaze, you're I Blaze. You're Bridging I Blaze from Junction.
I Blaze. That's spell it wrong now.
That's how we spelled it.
Okay. You sure say you pronounce it right?
It's I Blaze.
You don't pronounce it right. Anyway, I Blaze comedy, big up a chest, my general, every time. We watch your comment, some of the most comments you day night, right?
YouTube channel,
yeah, and he has a YouTube channel too. Go and check it out, right? I Blaze. See, this is spelled A-A-Y-E-B-L-A-Z-E. Sorry, right? I Blaze comedy. Go check it out, YouTube channel. Paul and Ruth. Now, you know, Paul, big up yourself, virgin. Right? I know you like that, but Ruth and now, it's Ruth and now. Ruth and I'm all schoolmate, classmate. You understand? Big up Ruth and from poorer school days, you know? Yeah, it's a girl that always outspoken, always and everything, you know, leader, you know. If I cheerleading, I him up on top of everything. Ruth and he can sing and everything. So big up Ruthie, big up Paul. See, go and check out their channel right now, people. Paul and Ruth, good channel. See, alright. Gavaska Garden, as me always I say, a Javaska, you know. Some me always call him, you know. But he is a Vasca Garden. He is a Vasca, so big up yourself, see? Alright, so hopefully sooner or later your girl can build a YouTube channel and will support you, subscribe and help share it too. See? Yeah man, so then people have to get big up in a real life. So people, that was my life story. Well, that was a little bit of a story time about Jerry Cougar. You know, part 2 will come up, so I'm gonna look out for part 2. And Nadine's story time is gonna come up right after this too. So don't worry yourself. Everything in line for job, right? Good. I want you guys to continue subscribing, liking, commenting and sharing as much as possible, you know. From the miserables to y'all, keep watching, keep endorsing. We love you and respect you all. I'm out.